Weekly Dama News, or maybe I should say bi-weekly kendama news, is here. I'm your host, Kendertainment's MJ. Thanks for joining this live stream. This is one that has popped up because I was trying to figure out in my schedule where I could find some time to do the live, and I got a lot of stuff cooking, brewing right now, so I couldn't find the exact time. Wasn't positive of it, so I didn't make a post of me doing this live stream. So might be all of a sudden, might be surprising, but here we are. We're doing the live stream for the Weekly Dama News right now. And actually, for these past 2 weeks, looking back at my past posts, I didn't find so many articles. So I'm going to be relying on everyone jumping in right now. If you have something that possibly I missed or something that we could talk about, let me know in the comment section of something that we can touch upon and share with other people, Weekly Dama News related, because that's what we're doing. So let's just jump right into it. NAKO, N-A-K-O, NAKO, however you want to say it, there's 3 different ways, it's your choice, has finished. Congrats, of course, to the Sweets crew who put it all together. Extra pat on the back to Weens Ken Garden, as well as the man who travels the world spreading Dama love, Rod Dama, fellow nerd. So awesome to see them be part of the stream. Watch it when I had the chance. Everyone competing from, the beginners, intermediate girls, the advanced, the AM, pro-am, is that what it's called? the performer. Actually, I wasn't awake for the performance. I was like in the middle of probably like 3 a.m. or something for me. So I was sleeping. I still haven't had a chance to go back and watch the footage, which I definitely want to, because I sadly, I saw the results. I already know the outcome, which kind of sucks, but it's very interesting to see, hey, we got three third places. So I have to go back and hopefully that is still up on the Twitch Sweets channel and watch that, because I think it was a good one. If everyone enjoyed NAKO, if you were a part of it, let me know. As well as, hey, I see one question already in the question queue. If you're new here, Weekly Dama News, I always try to find some time at the very end to do some Q&A. So if you have a question you want to ask me, I'll answer to the best of my ability at the end of going through all of our articles. So use that little question tool down there and, hey, be a part of this live stream. This is the coolest thing about this one. All right. So NAKO, so yeah, that was cool. Of course, people did great. Probably another huge shout out is the East Coast homies for creating getting a massive Airbnb and having like 30 people just drop by and just make a mini NAKO happen. Micro NAKO, M-N-A-K-O. It happened. So that was an awesome thing to see. Wish I could have been a part of it, but hey, in weird ways, we kind of were, right? But the biggest thing I want to talk about that was really surprising to me, that I was like, how do these things happen? Little by little, kendama events are being focused on, or other companies and brands are kind of noticing, hey, here's something that actually has a pretty big community behind it. Liquid Death recently seems like sponsoring more kendama events. Maybe there's someone within the company who plays kendama and knows about the community and is like, hey, telling other people, here's a place that we could advertise and sponsor, right? So that's been going on. I think the first one was Dama to the Death down in Florida when they were still doing that. But the big one for NAKO, you guys know where I'm going with this one? One wheel? Okay. How badly you want to fall on your face? No, just kidding. You could really hurt yourself with one of these things. One wheel. It is a really cool connection, again, with the similarities of people who play kendama and the other things that they do, the other things that excite them. And the kind of extreme sport is one thing that I think a lot of people had in the past before kendama that had them like, oh, this kendama thing is cool. Hey, maybe vice versa. Maybe that circle comes around, right? So having one wheel for open and performance prizes, they win one wheel. These things are not cheap, and it is something I feel like most people wouldn't invest money into, because it's like, oh yeah, that's like, maybe the hospital bill once I fall off this thing will be the same amount. Not really, but I've seen a lot of one wheels back in the day. Like there's this YouTube channel of editors, and there's a bunch of them that really are all about like electric skateboards and stuff. And one dude was all about one wheels, and he was like trying to teach everybody. And I've seen plenty of times him taking spills or having other people he was trying to teach. He even did like a one wheel competition. It's really, really cool. So I kind of know about one wheel. I've never tried one by myself. I haven't tried one, but really cool. Don't wear laces with these things. I don't know why I'm going into that so hard about how dangerous it could be, but still, it's awesome to see a different style of brand that has, another following on its own, has a product that is not a cheap, easy product. It's not like a yo-yo. It's something pretty big, something that people are invested in again and have a strong community with. So this is something that people can be like, oh wow, this kendama thing is really cool, and it's not that expensive. Maybe I'll pick one up, or 3, or 4. Nice Boston in the comments, like, can't wait to cop one off cheap. They cop one for cheap off of the winner's story. I mean, yeah, this is something where you can learn how to do it, of course. But if you're not if you're not someone who has skateboarded in the past, this could definitely be a kind of big hurdle to get used to. But hey, as kendama players, we don't give up, right? So maybe they won't give up, but it is kind of scary at the same time. You have to have a lot of good balance and understand how to ride this thing around. Just going up like a bump, a curb, can be a very challenging thing if you are a noob at this one wheel thing. So maybe there might be some of the winners. There's only 2 of them, so you know who to watch out for that might get it and be like, But I doubt it. I feel like maybe. For me personally, I would definitely keep it because I have a background. I grew up skateboarding. But even not, like, it's such like a big prize that I would just like keep it. What would have been cool, or would be cool, if it's like, if Sweets made a decal just for the one wheel that had like the same shape of like the siding of the one wheel, or the bottom, the base of it or something, and it's like NAKO champion or something that you could get, or that they would send to the winners, and they could deck out the one wheel with those stickers. At least, I was thinking some sort of like etching in the metal or something, but that'd be cool, right? I think that'd be cool. So to put really the seal on it, the stamp, sorry for the coughing, of being the champion. So I went deep into that one. One wheel, awesome. Next up. Hey, another celebration? Yes. I have a few new kendamas that I want to share with you guys too. New brands and stuff. Possibly new, maybe you already know about them. But another celebration, Yamagata Kobo. The Yamagata Woodworking Factory, creating for 50 years quality ass kendamas. The types of oh no, that is actually one too. The types of, this isn't your average, but hey, we got the seal there. The type of kendamas you, as an OG, we as OGs needed to look no further for. Once we found out how much quality was and effort and skill work was put into each kendama over at Yamagata Kobo, we knew, hey, this is all you need. I remember like plenty of videos, maybe you too, back from the WKT days, where we are, count me in. So many of those players were ripping Kendama USA Tamas, and sometimes, there's some Mugins in there too. But were they using tributes? No, they weren't. You know why? Because tributes they didn't have that same effect of pulling up, doing one turns. It was more difficult, or even pulling up to looter. It was tough. So a lot of the people in the video you could see using a Ken branded, sealed with this. Just a little extra background. A seal, why does everyone call it seal if you didn't know? In Japanese, sticker is shiru, is we say seal. So that's why it just has translated and covered over. I think, there's still sometimes like to seal something, right? You have like tape. Oh, is this box open? No, it's sealed. It's closed with something. And usually that something would be something like a sticker, okay? But that's what we call it, a seal. And classic. 50 years, everyone, since 1973. Ridiculous. We talk about like, oh, I've been playing kendama for like 10 years. More than 10 years. Like, oh, shit. That's all I got to say for that one, everyone. So awesome. And if you guys not following, you got to follow Ozora kendama _official. And it has an awesome backstory. Look at that. From inception, from 1973, when they decided to make an actual company. And then the old school, the dude's father, what's his name again? I feel bad now. No, I forgot his name. So who's in charge of it now? And his father is the one who started this. Yes, longer than most of us have been alive. There's a small amount of 50-year-old players outside of Japan. There's plenty, of course, within Japan. But, this is what you guys new heads know about what sweets is, what crom is. This is what, for them at that time, Ozora, Yamagata were the ones making it. And, there's other few companies as well creating, but this guy right here, okay? Crafting kendamas. Look at that. The first ones, the Fuji, the first version, Fuji's right there being crafted. Someone who loved kendama so much, he devoted his life to creating kendamas. And it translated so well over that they had a great connection with the Japanese Kendama Association, JKA. And just from there just blew up, and it became the kendama to get. If you were someone who is avid about kendama, doing competitions with the Japanese Kendama Association, you needed a dama with a seal in it. Now, of course, Yamagata Kobo wasn't the only one. There's a few other factories, I think 2 other factories, who were making that, but classics. Look at those classics. Look at that leaf green, the pink, sky blue. Ooh. Those are those Ozoras, those what do people call them in the States? Uzis? Any case, congratulations, Yamagata Kobo. 50 years of making amazing products, still pushing it. And, 50 years creating so many kendamas, you're probably like, oh, their team is probably like huge, massive. We got like 20 people. I mean, I'm not sure if they outsource the painting, but there it is. I have not made the pilgrimage to Yamagata Kobo. I should one day. And there they are. It's a small team, just like all the other big brands that we think are massive in the kendama community. Skeleton team, working really hard and creating great things. So now in this case, though, they're actually making the kendamas. They're designing them too. They're painting them too. But hey, any case, Yamagata Kobo, respect, 100%. Next up on the list of news that I want to talk about is, I just want to shout out, Bevel Worship and creating this amazing extra, it's Sladriana, putting more eyes on the girls' prize for the girls' open for NAKO that went down, bumping up the price of the winning pouch. I can't even talk anymore. So cool to see, because I think there can be plenty of women. Should it be called Women's Open? Girls? Hey, maybe a touchy subject. Maybe not. I don't know. I remember in the past, I was using the word female, not in a belittling way, but I had a friend who was like, yo, you should be careful when we use it. You should say women. I'm like, huh, really? And this was only like, yeah, I don't know, like 7 years ago. Like, I never really thought about it that way, but oh shit, okay. So I've always been like, my ears, my spidey senses have been like perked up for that. But hey, Women's Open, Wimbledon type shit, went up. And that was so awesome to do on their own outside of, with Sweets itself, to add this to the pouch of the winnings. Just congrats. Like, good job. That's so awesome. So awesome. Put more eyes on it and get more people stoked, and girls, like women, stoked about competing and like really more passionate, I feel. Is one thing, you know, it's not all about the money. It's all about winning. There's probably still plenty of people who might even not be on the highest skill tier level. My words. But they're here. They're excited. And here's just an extra little something to get them even more excited, or just to join a comp. Rewind back again to a NAKO. Oh my gosh. So one of the performance videos that I did see was from this dude, this juggler dude. What's his name? Eccentric Smorgasbord. Using, and I think this is something he was shown around the kendama community for a bit. He had a little section, I think, in some sort of like juggling account, talking about this juggling kendama that he created. This staff, this bow staff, Donatello style, but added a bass cup and sarado, and there's a mini spike, has a tama, of course, no string, but just the way that he manipulates it to be a normal kendama, but just in this weird kind of big size, but not overly big where you can't play it. That was one of the coolest parts. And the cool thing about this one, guys and gals, Eccentric Smorgasbord, he didn't make it through the second round, but of course he made a second video. So you have to go here and you can watch his second performance right here. Oh, look at that. What was that? Go check it out. Eccentric Smorgasbord to see the full. Oh, and look in the back, he has his prototypes. Look at that first one. I don't know if that's the first one, but that huge one, maybe it's cardboard or something. Looks super heavy. Something really dope that I wanted to, put some more eyes to let everyone know. Check that out. More cool stuff. Okay, we have 1, 2. Okay. New kendamas or accessories? We're going to do accessories for kendama, which is kind of cool. Winner Kendama China, has created a keychain. Slicing off the base cups of their mods, or I don't know, maybe they're just creating like fake base cups or just base cups just for this project. Or maybe they're, B grade ones or C grade, D grade ones, and creating little keychains. Something really cool, a knob for you to hook up to your zipper so you can easily open and close your bags a little better. Now, I definitely agree and can say confidently that these things are not only cool, but they do a great job of becoming a little handle because, can I get it without, can I get it? I should have got this beforehand. Because I got one of my own. This one is not from Winter Kendama, as you see. This is a Sulab. This is actually from Sue's model. What was it? From the past, like maybe 3 years ago. So the pro mods of Sulab, all the base cups were different. This slip stop was all different. The angle of it and stuff here was different. So this is a Sue version. That Sue, I think he had some B grades too. Well, definitely, because look, the burn marks right there, it's all a little off, and seems like they tried it a few times. Maybe it was a test version. But so he cut a few of them and turned them into these little keychains. And he gifted me one. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome. So it is a dope little piece to just really like show off, a conversation piece, more than just like, oh, when you see someone rocking a kendama, it's like, oh, cool, kendama. But here, if you have this hanging on your bag, people are like more like, what is that? Like a piece of a antler or some shit? Oh no, it's a base cup. Like, what's that? conversation further. So they're more interested in what the hell you're talking about. And then you whip out your kendama and you're like, this thing. Or, hey, maybe I can crazy Ken game this thing one day. It's an idea. It's an idea. But so yeah, winter kendama, doing something similar. I mean, Sue just did this for a few of his friends and his team members. So you might see people with rocking this and be like, hey, where'd you get that? Wasn't selling them, but hey, maybe he should, because that's what winter kendama is doing. Really cool things. I really like how they have, the different variants of choices, colors, all the different types of wood. That's really cool to see. The spectra ply also. But sometimes, hey, Natty November. So that's dope. Go check it out. Kendama keychain, or actually, I don't know if they're selling them. Because in the post, all it says is kendama keychain, and that's it. Should we get down to the bottom of this right now? Let's go to their website. Can we do it together? Let's go to the website. Winter kendama. I don't know about you guys, but I hate looking at anything outside of social media on this little rectangle. Hold on, because everything's so awkward, and it's probably awkward because I never use it. I just go to my computer. Ghost apparel accessories. Winter kendama. Extra small kendama. Kendama themed necklaces. Kendama holsters. Yo. Okay, well there you go. Business chance for anyone out there who has kendamas, or hey, even old kendamas that you don't know what to do with anymore. Maybe here's a cool DIY craft project that you can do that might turn into something, some sort of like business opportunity. Again, business chance. You got a saw? You got some sandpaper? You have some hardware to do that? There you go. Winter kendama is not doing it. They have a post about it, but they're not selling. Sue Lab did it. They're not selling. But would you want one? I think that's kind of cool. Or, hey, maybe this is like a way... shit. Predator. You guys fans of Predator? I'm a huge fan of Predator. He collects the spines and the skulls, right? Of his trophies. Maybe these could be like our trophies. We look like Boy Scouts or some shit. Where after every kendama that you thrash to pieces and you can't play with anymore, you cut it and you turn it into this trophy piece that you can take with you, this memento of that kendama that you had, where the cups have been overcupped, the spike has been spiked more than 1,000 times, way more. Man, just probably one day it spikes 1,000 times. Tama is not in a circle anymore. That's when you do this bad boy. Or hey, even another one, getting ready for the holiday season. Maybe, it's kind of heavy though. Turn all of our tamas into actual ornaments? That's a possibility. You'd have a droopy ass Christmas Charlie Brown Christmas tree, possibly. You need to have a very, very strong one. I'm going too far with this. Okay, would you guys buy one? Would you guys get one? Would you do it yourself? I wouldn't be able to do it myself. I don't have any tools, and I think that's a big thing. Do you have the tools to do it? But would you get it if someone else was doing it? I think this is a cool kind of thing that, especially, maybe not, maybe online, but definitely at events, some people should look into. Ryan, you listening? Or AJ, anyone who does woodworking? Any of those kendamas, those kens that you messed up with? Hey, this is maybe an idea. Okay. What else we got? Okay, yeah. And then we have 3 new kendamas, brands that I wanted to show with everyone. One is Question Kendama. Do you have a question? I might have an answer. Question Kendama is a brand that I had no idea about. And I think it was Elko Kendama. On their YouTube, he created a review of this one. He's been going off with the reviews recently, so you can check it out. But he did this one for Question Kendama. If you're wondering what that says Shitsumo. It's Japanese for question. Just want to throw out there. You know how it's cool to use other languages, especially kanji, Japanese, in brand stuff. It's like a t-shirt, putting on a kendama. We're coming to Japan. It's not cool. In Japan, maybe anyone who knows English, that is more cool to have English writing, not Japanese writing, on shirts here in Japan. More common, and then you'd get really weird translations and weird phrases, which is funny. And same can happen. I'm sure plenty of people have had that friend that has that tattoo with the Japanese or whatever Chinese kanji, and they're like, it says family and harmony. And then someone who can read it is like, I think it says like raw foot. Like, no, I think, or it's backwards or something whack, right? So be careful, but hey, to each their own. But that is something definitely you want to think about. I'd say if you are a small brand creating kendamas that possibly could make it to Japan, I would advise, don't put so much Japanese writing on it. Okay, but hey, I have a weird thing with like tattoos. There should be no lettering in For me, I don't think lettering on tattoos on your body is cool. But hey, that's me. Again, each their own. That's why the world is so awesome. There's so many different flavors of Baskin Robbins and different types of music and different types of kendamas that you can go get. But in any case, look at that swoop. Are they going to get a cease and desist from Grain Theory? No, they don't have any patent. I don't believe anyways. But Question Kendama, they're questioning kendama and what it can be. I think anyone know? Do you guys know about Question? You guys know about Question? They first dropped in, just the beginning of last month, October 1st. Almost 300 followers, so they've been collecting, getting eyes on them. Only 16 posts. And their first drop was very interesting, very different, where they dropped it with a t-shirt. Really cool. I love graphic shirts. And there you have it, Question Kendama. Do you have a question for the Question Kendama? Maybe you should DM them. Whoa. The dude that started that brand designed Wyatt's Quad Pro Mod. Coming in from the chat, everyone, Weekly Dama News is a community news program, not just one-sided from whoa, okay. You know what? That makes so much sense, and it feels like he didn't change it too much. Just because it doesn't Wyatt's Pro Mod kind of look like that? All right, we're going deep. We're doing a deep dive. Okay, where do we gotta go? Quad? Hold on, get that out of the way. Okay, we're gonna check it out, because now that you mentioned that, before you mentioned that, I thought it kind of looked similar to another kendama, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But yeah, it looks like the Wyatt. Maybe it's just the colors. Okay, it's not super crazy similar, but I see it, the colors. White, black, red. White, black, red. So there's Wyatt's. Bottom, scope, action, middle line action, top, tracking action, same jam. Which, I mean, all kendama brands, not all of them, but that's pretty much the go-to pattern for a lot of kendamas nowadays. So, of course, it's not like stealing. And as well as it's the same designer who did both of them, and it makes total sense. But hey, they look like they're cousins, distant relatives. Maybe not so distant, actually. There we go. Communal Weekly Dama News. No. So I believe I have two more kendamas that I wanted to show you guys that you might have seen. If anyone is following the hashtag kendama, you might have seen it, because that's where it's popped up for me as well. So here's another one. From my neck of the woods. Tokyo Kendama is a brand I've seen around, but this is something new. They're starting a spliced version of their kendamas. And interesting one about this, I actually don't know so much about them. I don't know who's running it. They're in Tokyo, so I'm not super far from where I am. Same region, but they have only natty kendamas. Never played one, never even seen one in the wild. Only natties, no paint. So I'm not sure exactly where they're making them. But the very interesting point is their seal is a patch of leather. It's a piece of leather that they put super glue, I guess, onto the base cup, adding weight to the base cup. So I don't know how much that's a little bit, but still, we care. and possibly could come off, possibly giving you a weird feeling on your hand when you're gripping it, possibly getting in the way, or maybe making it easier for stalls. But in any case, makes it stand out. So that's a very interesting part that I always saw Tokyo Kendama doing. And I don't think they have a shop outside, like a web shop where you can buy it, pick it up outside overseas. I'm not sure. Maybe this is one exclusives that you got to pick up. But they do events. I've seen them do events. If you follow, it's Tokyo_Kendama. You can go follow them and see what they're up to. They have been doing events. Like here's another lineup of all their stuff. All it is natties. Pretty cool to see the throwback to, yeah, just natties. And connecting to, didn't even see that connection come in. Natty November. Here we go. Natty Novembers. Which kendama are you guys picking up for Natty November? Are you going with the old school? Like, I mean, I can just take out this NG right here because I have not used it super hard in the past. Still good. Oh, maybe should I go smile? 5-cup it with the smile? I mean, it is a natty version, you know. I picked this one off Kendama USA back in the day. Not sure if they still have them. But no, guys. The one I'm going to go with is the Tokyo Kendama Europe Record Plus is what I'm going to be going with. Got this one a while back. Kendama Europe sent me a cool little package that I've been meaning to make a unboxing and like a little review for a while. Been super busy, and this one will help me kind of definitively figure out what I like and don't like about this shape that they're doing. But hey, it's bamboo. I've never played a natty bamboo before. So hey, here's the month of the challenge. Here's the month for me to test out something new. And in my case, I've never played a natty bamboo before. And here's my option. My option to, I guess I could have done it before, but this is just an excuse, I feel. It's an excuse for companies to sell more, make more natty damas. And it's an excuse for all of us in the community to pick up one if you don't have one, or pick up a different one that possibly wanted to try out. Like, I've never tried bamboo before. I've never tried ash on ash. Maybe that's a good combo. Maybe you've never had the grand experience of playing a full natty keyaki. Japanese keyaki. The one that they have in Honduras, it's not the same. You got to get an Ozora. Even if it's small 2014 cups, it's still going to blow your mind. But maybe you won't like the smell, but hey. All right. Tokyo Kendama. Next one is Dama HK, Hong Kong. Ham Dama? What's that? Ham Dama. This is like pork and kendama. Is it a pig who plays kendama? No, ham as in hammer, and dama as in, you know it, kendama. Ham Dama. It's a hammer kendama coming out of Hong Kong. I first saw this thing at Tokyo Mesh, right? An awesome shop started up by Kendama Cowboy in Harajuku. Zero spike on this thing. That's why it's a hammer. It has all the stall points, even for a bird, even, you know, sans spike. There's this little like notch, if you see right there, there's an extra little cup right at that edge, so you can actually stall on, I guess it's like a wing, kind of, but it's a mini there's a mini pocket there, so it stalls. Not easy, full plastic. So maybe a new shower dama for you all. It has little notches, little pieces of like little hooking areas on the tama, on the bevel, on the different parts of the ken as well, so you can lock in every position, axe, under, bird, or bat, every place, but just no spike. And instead of the spike, you can't see it here, I should maybe get another picture of it. There you go. Instead of the spike, it's a cup. Have you guys seen this contraption before? Something out of the deranged minds of, I don't know who. But there you go. It's a cup instead of a spike. Look at the ridges on the plastic tama. So it adds for grip. And like I was talking about before on the bevel, you see that those extra gripping points? Very strange. Innovative stuff. Hammer kendama. I'm not sure if they sell outside of Hong Kong. It is one that I've heard from the kendama cowboy himself that the creator has come to Japan and went to the store and asked him if he would want to sell any of them, have them in his shop, and that's why he has one. It is really, really interesting. In the chat already, somebody wants one. Very interesting. Look, there's extra cups right on the base cup as well. On the base, right? Super weird, but the weirdest part I definitely think was the spiking, because you're spiking it, or like airplane, it's a lighthouse, but with the weight on the bottom of it instead of the top, so it's actually a little more difficult to balance. I don't know what to think about. Like, it's a notch in the kendama world. In the forward position, not so sure, but it's something different. And hey, for all of us who have played kendama for so long, maybe sometimes we want to play with something different. I think this one will scratch that itch. So there's another one for you, for all of you to follow if you like. Hamdama.hk. Check them out. See what they're up to. See if they're going to make any waves in your area. Look, swirling, you're doing a little helicopter action, butterflying. All right, how are we going to finish this one? Oh, it looks like it just sunk on there, like as if the spike was there. But I'm telling you, it doesn't just lock in place like that. You actually, this dude must have been practicing a lot with this thing, because having that tama come in, it's not a normal kind of cup where it has all these ridges around the whole thing to catch it in every motion. It's only like two sides, so you have to catch it. It's weird, to say the least. All right, I think that might be the last post, and then we can go into the Q&A. If anyone has a question, put it in the question tool, right? Use the question tool right down there and ask me the question, and I will answer it. No, yeah, that was it. Those are the things for weekly kendama news. Let me know what else you have picked up. Maybe let me know what kind of setups you're going to be using for Natty November. Are you going to take part in Natty November? I'm going to take a sip of coffee and open up the questions for Q&A. It's Q&A time. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we hit this one. Brett is asking again, what are the 3 ways to say NAKO? There's one, NAKO, and AKO, and NAKO. It's a NAKO. NAKO. Maybe that's the better Bobby's World Mom's one. NAKO. Yeah, NAKO. And AKO. Second question, last question, is from New Lace. Random, but wondering which player has the most pro mods released to date. I don't know. That's a deep question that would need a lot of research behind. But I'm guessing maybe Matt Sweets Jorgensen? He had plenty of versions. No, I'm gonna say, yeah, guess in the comments, everyone. Someone's guessing Wyatt. I'm going to say Christian Fraser, C. Fraser. He had so many variants of his mod, of his legend mod that came out, all right? And even before that, he had pro mods, okay? So he had that first pro mod, that like gold white one, right? Which I think had different iterations, but there was a single, like back in the day, like when Sweets was in the early process days of Sweets. And then he had the 2014 mods when they had a gang of pros, like 12 pros or something. And it was he had like a kind of burgundy color to it. And then there was the 2017, 15, 16 mods where it was the one with the stripes on the spike, 5, because there was not only 5 pros. All right. Come on, guys, help me out. And then it was the decade mod, which had the first batch, and I'm not counting all like batch 0, 1, 2, like just the normal, like the whiskey one. And then there was... Oh, wait, no. I will count the batches. Screw that. I am counting the batches. Because the difference in the design is, like on the top for the coffee one, that's another one. All right? And then there was the glitter ball, the retro one. And then there was the blue sapphire one. And then the new, I guess it's kind of come back, but in a new shape. Do we count that one? The amped version? There you go. That's what I'm guessing. How many has Bonds had throughout his career? I'm not so sure about Bonds. I'm sure he had one in the Kenko days. But oh yeah, he probably did. I'm not so sure on that. But if he did, he had one there. And then, oh, that's true. Okay. And then he went to Crom. Oh, what did the first? Okay. Was that his first pro mod? The one where they had the lineup where everyone had the same color? Well, not the same colors, but the same design, where it had the flags, Japan, America, Denmark flag on it. And just a solid, like, kind of transparent color as the 70 and the 30 open as a sleigh dog. You guys remember what I'm talking about? Oh, possibly 2 during Kenko. So I'm not sure at all. You got to let me know in the chat, guys. Who knows how many Bonds mods were there? RK says 2 possibly for Kenko. And then there was that one that I was just talking about, the Sleigh Dog Pro mods. I think that was his first one on Chrome. He had the yellow one, remember? And then he had the one where the head one, but before the head one, so there's 2 versions where it had the illustration. Remember what I'm talking about? Like that teal, white, and pink version that he had? Almost like tiger stripey, kind of, not really. And then it turns to the heads. And then there was like that, do we count that one? The walnut head version? And then, well, I feel like there's another one. Well, I feel like I'm missing something. What is the recent one? It might be up at 8. Has to be Wyatt. If not Wyatt, it's Bonds or C. Frage if you count batch 1 iterations. It might be like a few like neck and neck type things where they're just like a few, like one Dama or one mod off of each other. This is an interesting topic right now. Most actual different pro mods have gone to Wyatt. I mean, maybe. He is not the most, but active and still a very strong opponent in comps and stuff. Yeah, Wyatt as well as him being on different companies. Kusa, the first one, the Trip Stripe, the Champ Trip Stripe. Yeah. And then he had like 2 Bray mods after that, right? The Zelda, the black Zelda one. Is there one in between? And then he had a light version. I call it the Zelda because there was like the Triforce on it, but there's also the Paddington. It's not Paddington. You guys know what I'm talking about? Paddington. I can't say that shit. Yeah. And then the 2, no jumper mods. I forgot what the pink one. And then the taco burrito. What's coming out of your Speedo? Sulab. Now. Not out yet, but it's there. And then Quad. Again, there you go. It's around 8. This is something that we all got to do research for. But hey, if you guys figure it out, let me know. Because this is an interesting topic. Who has the most? Who has the most? And who still has them? I'm guessing Frage still has them. Matt Sweets probably still has all of his. It's a neck and neck type jam. I don't know. But good question, New Lace. Good question. It is pretty insane. Yeah. For me, the most insane part is the Wyatt story of him getting off no jumper right as that burrito one came out. And people are like, it looks like George Marshall's. And it's like, well, now he's off the team. So I guess, what did they do with all those mods? They're just out there somewhere. Maybe you can still pick one up. hey, that's it. Weekly Dama news. Thanks for joining. I've been busy these past few weeks. That's why these weekly Dama news episodes have become bi-weekly. But hey, if you're enjoying them, share it with a friend. Tell other people. Share it on your socials. Let people know about weekly Dama news. This space where we can all get together, especially for the live stream if you're here, where we can have this conversation going back and forth. In the past, the last episode, I was talking about maybe taking a peek into Twitch. Is this something I can do on Twitch so we can have a little bit more of a communication type thing? But I like doing the Q&A style thing here where we can all focus on the question. I don't like how Twitch just like flies through. I don't know. But also, I'm not super tech savvy to getting that all set up. I think I might have been able to do like a simple version just on my iPad that I'm using right here. So I might be doing that. We'll see what happens. Might be doing a test in the weeks to come. So check out the stories. I might be adding a link to be like, hey, jump on, see what it's like. We'll see if that crossover works. But I've been busy. I'm trying to do new stuff. And so these weekly Dama news episodes might be coming bi-weekly for a little bit more time. So thanks anyways for everyone coming in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching this stuff. Weekly Dama news. I got a podcast version. There's the YouTube channel as well. Go subscribe. Go check out both of them for the podcast. Leave a review so more people see it. Also, leave comments and likes on the Weekly Dama News YouTube channel if you can, so people get to see that more. Go back into the archives to see there's a few interviews that I have on there, people coming on the show and stuff. But hey, bi-weekly Dama News. This is the 21st century. Natty November is out. It's happening right now, day one. Hey, even if you're not going to be posting, even if it's not a new one, put a Natty Dama in your sesh bag when you go out to the sessions. When you're going out, just try grabbing a Natty and just challenge yourself into different things. It's going to put you in a different style of headspace, a different box to play kendama in, because when you have the sticky paint, hey, maybe you're just like, I'm just slapping lunars all day. But hey, when you don't have paint, either you're going to hone in on your balancing game, or you're going to be, searching other options of kendama play. But hey, that's it. Again, thanks so much. Weekly Dama News. I'm your host, MJ from Kendertainment. Keep it clean.